Welcome, music e-learners. My name is Mrs. Lyons, and I'm so glad that you're going to learn to play the recorder. Why should anyone learn to play the recorder? Well, it's fun. It teaches us to read music. It builds a solid foundation for learning another instrument in the future. It's an affordable way to create music. It teaches us musicality at a young age, and it improves our memorization skills. So the instrument that we're going to use is the Baroque recorder. And what member music family does it belong? Brass, strings, percussion, or woodwind? Yes, it's a member of the woodwind family because it was originally made of wood. Here is a wooden recorder. And we use our breath or our wind to blow into the instrument to make a sound. The very first recorder documented dates back to Europe in the Middle Ages, the year around 1335. It continued to enjoy wide popularity in the Renaissance and Baroque periods, but it was used very little during the Classical and Romantic periods. Interest in the instrument was revived in the 20th century, and it became a very popular educational instrument. So there are a number of different kinds of recorders that are still being used today. Of course, the one we're using is the soprano Baroque recorder. Here we have a sopranino. It's a smaller instrument, and therefore it's going to make a higher pitched sound. And we have an alto recorder. And there's even a bigger one called a tenor recorder that's very popular in use. There are other sizes available, but those are the ones that I own currently. So every culture has pretty much a type of wind instrument that's kind of like a recorder or flute-like instrument. So in China, you might find something like this. This wind instrument came from Peru. And here's an instrument that is made in the tradition of the Native American style flutes. So world music is an interesting topic, and if you have an opportunity to study that, you'll see a lot of wind recorder, flute-like instruments from a lot of different cultures across the world. So our recorder can come in one piece, which means that nothing pulls apart. It's just as it is. You can't take it apart into smaller pieces. Some recorders come into two pieces, mouthpiece and the body. And if you take it apart, great, it makes it a little bit easier to clean. But when you put it back, you want to make sure that the finger holes line up with the window. Okay? If you have a three-piece recorder, then you have the mouthpiece, the body, and then the foot joint. Okay? Now when you're aligning those, the same thing goes. With the body, make sure you line up the holes with the window. Now the foot joint, the bottom two holes is slightly to the right. Okay, so it'd be pointing to your right hand. This is why it's super important that you learn which hand goes where when you're holding the recorder. Okay, the right hand always goes on the bottom. Left hand goes at the top. Okay, would you repeat after me? Right hand at the bottom, left hand at the top. Thumb sticking out, cover up that spot. Now the spot in the back is your thumb hole. Now in this level of recorder, we will always keep the thumb hole covered. Now, when you're covering a hole, you have to cover it with the fleshy part of your thumb or your finger. And you'll be able to feel whether or not you've covered the hole completely if you press slightly as you cover the hole. Okay, so it's really important that your right hand go at the bottom, left hand at the top. I have students many times that say, but Mrs. Lyons, I can do it so much better with my right hand at the top because I'm right-handed. You will not have success when it comes to next grade, fourth grade, when we learn the lower notes. Your right hand your left hand at the bottom, your pinky can't reach over and cover the holes that this instrument has that are slightly to the right, okay? And that's especially true if you have a one-piece instrument. So it's super important, right hand at the bottom. Even if you're not left-handed, that left hand needs to learn what to do on this instrument, okay? Okay, let's talk about mouth placement. You do not have to put very much of this instrument into your mouth. It just barely goes between your lips. Do not put your teeth on the mouthpiece. Now, when you blow into the mouthpiece, it takes very little air. Just a soft, gentle air stream is all it takes. If you blow too hard, you'll get higher overtones from the instrument, and it's not very pleasant to listen to. So practice with a gentle flow of air, okay? So let's practice. Right hand on the bottom, left hand at the top, thumb sticking out, cover up that spot. Resting position is on our chin. Our fingers get in place so that we can begin. Well, where do our fingers go? Our right hand is going to support the instrument, and all you need to do is put a thumb right about there on the back. Fingers curl around, but fingers don't touch because we can't cover these holes. If we do, it'll mess up our sound that we're trying to create with the upper part. Left thumb is on the back hole. First finger goes over the first hole. So you're going to support your instrument like this, okay? Place your instrument between your lips and a gentle flow of air. Let's hear it. Good. Make sure you're not blowing too hard. Make sure the holes are covered. Squeeze slightly. Listen again. Good. So that first note that we just learned is a B. Now we need to learn how to tongue the sounds that come out. And would you echo, please? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Good. So it's like you're saying the word two. Your tongue is hitting behind your the roof of your mouth, behind your front teeth, the back of the front teeth. Okay, and we're going to show you how to do some tonguing. You're going to finger a B, thumb covering first finger, left hand on top. Echo. Listen. Two. Good. You want one stream of air that's continuous, and your tongue is the only thing that's going to interrupt that sound. I don't want to hear hoo, where you're trying to create those individual sounds with your breath only. Use the tongue. Two. Keep the breath continual and let only the tongue interrupt. Let's do some more practice. My turn first. B, left hand on top, just between the lips, gentle air. Fingers are covered, squeeze slightly. Two. Two. Excellent. So if you get a squeaking sound, or a very strange sound, it's usually caused by one of two reasons. You're either overblowing or you're not covering the holes. Air will escape if you're being lazy with your fingers, and if that air escapes through here and doesn't go down through the instrument, you will get a funny sound. Okay? All right, so we have our letter B. We've practiced echoing and making that sound. You want to continue doing that until you're pretty comfortable with just letter B. But in the instructional videos that you're going to watch, you're actually going to be reading music from the staff. Okay, now this should be review for you. Of course, this is our treble clef. The clef sign is what gives the names to each of the lines and spaces. And hopefully you have learned that our lines are, starting with the bottom always, every good boy deserves fudge. E, G, B, D, F. E, G, B, D, F. E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. Okay? Your spaces will spell face. F, A, C, E. Okay? E, G, B, D, F. E, G, B, D, F. These are the lines of the treble clef. F, A, C, E, F, A, C, E. Spaces are easy as can be. Okay? So the clef sign is the treble clef. That's what we use on the recorder. You will be learning 3 notes in 3rd grade, approximately 6 notes in 4th grade. Treble clef. The 3 notes that you will be learning are B, A, and G for 3rd grade. Now B is on the 3rd line. It is always on the 3rd line. Now yes, there are other B's on the staff, but this is the one, the first one we learn. It's in the very middle. It's on the line. Count with me for this line. Every good boy. Okay? So when you see this on your video e-learning, you're going to know that that middle note on the middle line is B. And that is fingered how? Just like this. We will then move along to A, note A. That's the 2nd space. You can tell that this is a lined note because the line runs through the middle. This is a space note because it sits perfectly between 2 spaces. Then the last note we'll learn is G. It is on the 2nd line. Okay, so familiarize yourself with that. The other thing that we need to review are rhythms. You need to know basic rhythms for putting the notes on the staff and be able to recognize them. Here we have 4 quarter notes. Now these quarter notes, we sometimes, music teachers will give them another syllable. And I do that. I call these ta, 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 ta. But adults call them quarter notes, okay? And this would be in 4/4 time. Quarter note would get 1 count, okay? So would you clap this rhythm for me? Ready? Here we go. And clap, 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 clap. Again, ta, 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 ta. Grab your recorder. Thumb, left hand at the top, thumb covering up the spot, first finger around for letter B. Reminder, gently between the lips. You're going to do a gentle airstream, and let's use our tonguing to play this sound. Ready? Here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Play it. Ta, 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 ta. Again. Ta, ta, ta. And stop. All right, let's take a look at this rhythm. We have quarter notes and then a pair or 2 eighth notes. I like to call these T's. So it would go like this. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Would you clap it? Here we go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ready? Get your instrument and ready. We'll play it on B. Ready? Here we go. B, 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 B. Tongue it. Ta, ta, t, t, t. Good. All right, take a look at this one. Keep your instrument in place. I bet you already know how this goes. Let's try it with your recorder. Tonguing, gentle airstream, left hand on top. Ready, here we go. T, 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 ta, ta. Again, T, 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 ta, ta. One more time. T, 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 ta, ta. Very nice. Now we are introducing or reviewing the quarter rest. This is a beat of silence. It's 1 beat of silence. Here's beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. Each of these cards will have 4 beats. That would be 1 measure in 4/4 time, okay? Let's clap this one. Ready, here we go. T, T, sh, T, T, sh. Okay, let's play it on B with our recorder. Left hand on top, thumb over the hole, first finger of the left hand around the front. Gentle tonguing. Ready, here we go. T, T, rest. T, T, rest. Good. Were you quiet on the rest? Let's try it again. Ready, here we go. T, T, shh. T, T, shh. All right, take a look at the next rhythm. Analyze it. Let's play it on your recorder, tonguing each note. Ready, here we go. T, T, ta, ta, rest. T, T, ta, ta, rest. How did you do? All right, something new, maybe review. We have 2 quarter notes that are connected with a tie. Now, when we connect 2 notes with ties, the value of this note is added to this note's value. So we tongue once, ta, ta, ta. So ties create longer sounding notes. Okay, let's get ready to play it with our recorder on B. Left hand on top, gentle airstream. Gently squeeze those holes. Ready, here we go. Ta, ta, ta. Make sure you're tonguing this note and these 2 notes. You don't tongue this note because it's tied to this one. It just adds more value. Okay, let's try it again. Ready, here we go. Ta, ta, ta. Now, tied notes with another pattern. Let's try it with your recorder. Get it ready. Ready, play. Ta, ti, ti, ta. Ta, ti, ti, ta. So that should sound like this. Okay. Now, we can show this type of tied note in another way. We can create this note, which is a half note. And that way, we can just write 1 note instead of 2 notes with a tie. Okay, so this would be ta, ta. Each one of these get 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's keep going. We can also tie these 2 notes together to create this note, okay, which is a whole note. It takes up a whole measure and it gets 4 counts. So if you see one of these, it's going to be 4 counts of music. Ta. So let's hold our B 4 counts. Ready to tongue it at the first, and then here we go. Hold it. Ta. And that is a whole note. These are 16th notes. Here's beat 1, here's beat 2. All of these fit on beat 3, and this is beat 4. So in order to play 4 notes all on 1 beat, we have to play them quickly. We're going to call these tika tika, tika tika, okay? I'm going to say it for you first. I want you to clap it back. Ready? Here we go. Ta, ta, tika tika ta. Clap it. Ta, ta, tika tika ta. Should sound like this. All right, let's do it with our recorder. The tongue has to really get busy on this one. Here we go. 1 and 2, recorder ready. Here we play. Ta, ta, ti, 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 ta. Ta, ta, tika, tika, ta. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Ready, go. Tika, tika, ta, ti, ti, ta. Tika, tika, ta, ti, ti, ta. And then this one, ready, play. Tika, 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 ti, ti, ta. Tika, 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 ti, ti, ta. That one's gonna sound like this if you're tonguing correctly. So there you have it. First note B, we reviewed a lot of rhythms today. We reviewed our staff with note placement on the staff. Left hand at the top, thumb sticking out, cover up that spot. Even if you're right-handed, give your right hand a little bit of a break. It's gonna hold down here. You guys did great. I hope that you will continue to enjoy it. You're going to have a number of video teachings that'll go step by step. Make sure you do those in order. A couple of more things. This is also another type of rest. This is a half rest. It would get 2 counts of silence. How do you remember it? It looks like a hat. Hat, half. Hat, half. 2 counts. Now, upside down, it's another type of rest. This is a whole rest. It covers the entire measure. So the whole measure would be 4 beats of silence. It gets 4 counts. How do you remember it? Well, it looks like the hat that I've taken off of my head, and I can see the hole where my head goes. Okay, so whole rest, 4 counts of silence. Half rest, 2 counts of silence. Okay, you guys are going to do great. I just know it.